Hi, nice to meet you. Could you introduce yourself a little bit, briefly?
My name is Edison Ndayambaje, and I come from Uganda. I have been involved in NGO work before I came to IPC.
How do you know IPC?
I have never met a former student from IPC, but how I happened to get the information about IPC, it was last year in July when I met a friend of mine from Sweden, and we started chatting and discussing about opportunities to study abroad. And then she told me about IPC, and I started checking on the website, and then I submitted my application. And it didn't take long for me to get the admission letter, and I think the whole process took like 5 months, for me to come to IPC in January.
So what brought you to here, IPC, and what is your expectations before you come here?
The reason why actually I applied to come to IPC was that I checked on the website, and I found out that IPC offers special trainings and interesting courses like development management, where you can get better skills to do much work in NGOs, and that's why I was very much interested to come, so that I would get more skills to work in the NGO sector, because that's where I think I should base myself in the future, and try to get more skills.
It's much more connected to your job or what you're doing in Uganda. Yes, it is
very much connected with my NGO, and of course I wanted also to meet different people like you, and also have that experience.
How do you think about IPC, or what is IPC for you?
I think IPC is a great place to be, and from the beginning when I was checking on the website, of course I could read and see how the school looks like and what the classes are, but then I didn't get any kind of information from someone who has been here, so it was a bit of like different for me when I reached here, and finding people from different places, and the kind of life we have here, the way we eat, the way we share different activities. It's quite different from the way I expected, but then it's very much interesting for me, and I think it has been a great experience in my life.
Oh, so something connected to that. What classes? What about the classes?
Yeah, the classes are quite well, because they are very, they are practical classes. The teacher will introduce the topic, and also the teacher will give the students a chance to give their opinions. You have homework, and you go and do some research, and through that process, for me, I think it's very important, because we get to know more about the subject and also give our own opinions. So I think the structure is good for the classes, the way they are structured, but then sometimes you have like classes, colliding, and you want to choose one from 3, and you want to choose it out of 3, but then you can't make it because it's like one block, and but generally speaking, it's a fine show, and I like the classes.
I see. Have you had difficulty to communicate with the people? I mean, because IPC is an international place, so if you had any difficulty to communicate with other people?
I would say that, of course, personally I have tried to speak to everyone, and I have tried to persuade people to speak to me, and also I speak to them, but sometimes it's not easy. You want to speak to someone, but then the person is not very much interested in maybe speaking with you. But I wouldn't say it's a big problem, because whenever I would go to someone and I need maybe some help from him, I always get it. But I think yeah, I would say there is a bit of a communication problem here, where you find the people not having enough time to discuss and talk about different issues. Yeah.
I see. But do you think it's because also different culture or different, I mean, background or something is also
it
one
can
of the
be,
factors?
of course, yeah. It can be people, it can be culture, it can be, of course, personality,
Yeah.
People sometimes maybe, I don't think maybe it's about like maybe people hate, some students hate the rest, but you always find people having their different friends discussing different things, but I think it's not a big problem for sure.
Is it the first time have you been in Denmark?
Yeah, it's the first time in Denmark. Yeah.
Because I think the weather here is strange. So how do you like Danish weather so far?
From the beginning, when we were starting the school, it was of course very, very cold.
Yeah.
And because back in Uganda, we always have, the temperatures are always above 20 degrees.
Yeah.
So when I reached here, it was cold and
much cold.
But of course, it was also good for me to experience that.
Yeah.
But now, it's almost the same as home, and I like the spring and to see the trees coming back to life, and how the vegetation looks outside there.
See. Yeah. If you let you rate satisfaction by 10 to 0, 10 is highest, what do you rate for?
I would rate IPC to 8. 8, yeah.
Not 10?
Not 10,
not
of
too
course.
low.
Yeah, IPC is trying to do most of the things right. Yeah, but then there are quite some few things that would need improvement.
Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, I think there is no perfect place.
No, there is no.
Yeah.
But generally speaking, it's a nice place to study from and live in. Yeah.
I see. Yeah, that's all. Thank you for paying attention for our interview, and it's really great. Yes.
It's a pleasure. Thank you.
Yeah.